Yo, I want to hit you with the top 3 secrets you need to know to develop more confidence as a man. And it doesn't matter if you imagine walking around with the confidence of The Rock. It doesn't matter if you admire Jeff Bezos and want that level of confidence. It doesn't matter if you're a hip hop head and you love Kevin Gates and the confidence and the swagger he walks around with. Between any of the people you admire, any of the men whose confidence you want to feel, it's the same 3 fundamental pieces which I'm about to give to you. And if you watch all the way to the end, I'm going to give you the number 1 thing you can start with today to implement all of these. That being said, the first piece, the first factor, the foundation of developing confidence as a man is honesty. And honesty has a few different components when we look at it in this context. The first is being honest about what you want. What do you want for your life? Who do you want to be? Now, you can imagine an overall life, or if you think more like me, you can break it down into categories. I break it down, what do I want with my body? What do I want in terms of my brain, my mental development? What do I want with my relationships? And then what do I want with my finances? And I plan it out that way. But it doesn't matter how you do it, as long as you can get to being honest with yourself about what it is you truly want. And it doesn't matter if it's the right answer or not. It doesn't matter if it's the answer people around you expect or not. The important part is it's your answer. Because without that, you're never, ever going to put in the work, the time, the effort to achieve your overall vision, which is going to be integral to actually getting that confidence that you want. So the first thing is to be honest. And with that, then you've got to be honest about where you are relative to it right now. If you've got a major financial goal, are you pissing away money all the time? If you want to be ripped, are you eating like a fat kid with a credit card? You're going to have to be honest on every single level about what you want and what fits that and what doesn't. But the first step is identifying exactly what you want and being willing to be honest with yourself about it. And the next thing, step 2, you have to learn to do what you say you're going to do. This is the cornerstone of all self-confidence, because self-confidence comes down to your relationship with yourself. And if you imagine any other relationship in your life, how successful would it be, or is it, if people lie to you? If you've got a best friend and the guy's telling you every day, hey, I'll meet you here, I'll help you out with this, I'll see you at this time, I'll call you here, and he never comes through. You're not going to have a good relationship with that guy at all. And you're going to have no confidence in him. And it's the same way with yourself. We're constantly making promises to ourselves, telling ourselves things that we don't follow through on. I'm going to start that diet on Monday. I'm going to call that girl I met at the cafe. I'm going to take this course. I'm going to save this money. And we don't do it. So it's no wonder we don't have confidence in ourselves. We have no faith in ourselves. So you have to start developing the habit of doing what you say you're going to do and keeping your commitments to yourself. And you can start small. You can make a wake-up time. You can make a certain amount of water you're going to drink every day. You can make a budget you're going to follow. You can put a certain amount of money in savings. You can finally send that email or that text or make that phone. It doesn't matter. But you've got to start recognizing if you say you're going to do it, that you do it. And more so with you than anybody else, because you're the first person you need to answer to. You've got to do what you say you're going to do. And if you're not sure you're going to do it, do not tell yourself you're going to do it. Total honesty, back to number 1, and commitment to doing what you say you're going to do is the only way to develop the confidence you want. And now point number 3, you have got to hold yourself to a higher standard. As you start improving as a man, as you start doing the things, they're going to build confidence for you. People will never hold you to the level you should be held to compared to how high you can hold that level. You've got to hold yourself to a higher standard. You've got to set the mark for yourself that's more than anyone else will expect of you. And you've got to start living up to it. And the reason that's so important is confidence can't depend on other people. You can't be doing things to go, oh yeah, Sally or Timmy told me I was doing great. I should feel confident. Because then when Sally or Timmy disappear, or if they're not impressed, or if they don't notice, or if they've got other things going on in their lives, you're going to lose that pretend confidence you were getting from them. It's got to be to you. You've got to know that you hold yourself to a higher standard than anyone else would expect from you. And then you've got to meet it. So to recap, you've got to be honest with yourself about what you want and where you are relative to it. Now, obviously, you're going to want to start changing things. When you do that, step 2 comes in, and you have to keep your commitments to yourself. It is integral that you build confidence and faith and trust with yourself because you do what you say you're going to do. And then finally, as you start making progress, you've got to raise your standards. You've got to hold yourself to a standard that no one else will expect from you. Now, the one place that you can start implementing this immediately, the most tangible, visceral place you can develop self-confidence is working on your body. There's a few reasons for this. If you want to be a millionaire, you've got a lot of work you've got to do, depending on where you're at financially right now, to start moving in that direction. If you want to speak another language, it's a long process to becoming fluent in another language. But if you want to be in shape, you can be honest about the body you want to be or body you want to have. You can keep your word to the commitments you know you have to do to get there. And then you can hold yourself to a perfect standard because it's 100% within your control. And I'm not saying that you're going to get all this confidence out of how you look, although that'll be a factor, but you're going to get more confidence out of the fact that you do what you say you're going to do, and you can take a vision in your mind and make it real with your body. So that is the number one place to start developing more confidence. I'm going to the gym 3 days a week. I am only eating XYZ. I'm drinking this much water, and you can start doing that right now and practicing every single one of these habits. So those are the 3 things you need to do to start developing more confidence as a man. If this video was helpful for you, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel, and then go start building that relationship with yourself. Because self-confidence, no matter what anybody says online, only comes from that. And if you do those 3 things, it doesn't matter if you want to mimic The Rock, Jeff Bezos, Kevin Gates, whoever you can think of. Those 3 things is what every single one of those guys does. And if you do those 3 things too, you will have unbreakable confidence.